Hi traders, welcome to the new weekly forecast for the trading week beginning on October 7th. Now in the past week, we got NFP report out from the US market and yes, they were dramatic. No one was expecting such strong numbers from the US market. But as per my previous technical analysis, I was expecting bullish behavior in dollar index because there was correction built up. Now, technically and fundamentally, I think dollar is getting aligned. And moreover, it's less than a month that we have US elections coming up. So it's going to be dramatic in the weeks ahead. Now, in the short term, let's dive to the charts and find the profit making opportunities. So let's begin with our chart analysis. And the first instrument I'm going to cover is Australian dollar versus Japanese yen. Now here, based on weekly time frame, I have noticed that I'm picking these two highs, high and higher high. And between these two highs, we got bearish divergence on MACD histogram. MACD histogram printed bearish divergence. But at the same time, when I'm comparing MACD lines, there was no divergence, which means the pullback was expected and it happened. The drop happened. Now I'm also going to apply the BUS level here based on weekly chart. And the BUS level is intact. It's not completed. So the sellers, they made an attempt to take the price lower than the BUS level, that's below 92.86, but they could not. They breached it, but it was just on the candle shadow basis, not the body basis. So the candle did not close below the BUS level, which means the buyers are back in the business. Now moving to daily chart and converting into a line chart. Now, if I plot Fib retracement from the highest point to the lowest point, we are very close to Fib retracement of 50%. Now we also got the opportunity to apply here ABC Fib extension. So we have a low here, we've got a high and a higher low. So I can use to apply Fib extension here, ABC. Starting from the lowest, first high and the higher low. Now, as per Fib extension, it's already above 100%. If it's not clearly visible, I need to change the colors here. Yeah. Now, as per Fib extension, the price is already above Fib extension 100%. And if you notice, there is no damage to the bullish momentum. MACD histogram and MACD lines, they are clearly rising. So the pattern is bullish on daily. Now moving to 4 hourly. Now on the 4 hourly frame, I do get an opportunity to apply the bullish cycle based on ELIT count. Now, first wave up, second down, longest third wave, and this could be our fifth wave with bearish divergence building up, and I can also see some bearish divergence here at the end. So based on the bearish divergence, the upcoming bearish divergence, we can expect some short-term pullback here. But any opportunity seems to be a buying opportunity. So let's buy on the dips. So here I'm going to apply Fib extension one more time. Starting from the lowest, connecting to the first upcycle based on 4 hourly chart and connecting with the higher lows. I need to change the color to look for the magnetic levels here. So we need to see the confluence. So here we have, based on two different Fib extension cycles, yes, we are at the resistance zone, magnetic resistance zone, and the magnetic support zone is here. Now if it continues further, then the next dramatic or magnetic zone is around 61.8 retracement to 500 extension level. Now these are the important levels marked on the basis of magnets. Moving back, getting it aligned. Now in case we see some correction at the opening of the new week, most likely the correction should not be deeper than 99.48. This is the first level. If it gets deeper, then the next level to get into the buy setup would be around 97.21. But I'm looking to buy the dips. So this is the plan. And we also have a rising trend line here. Any which ways, if it gets into deeper correction, then also the rising trend line would be intact. If it doesn't, then the first buying opportunity comes around 99.48. So AUDJPY, the plan remains bullish. The next instrument I'm going to talk about is pound versus US dollar. Now I'm going to clean my existing drawing. Now based on the weekly bullish cycle. So I'm going to apply fib extension here on the first leg up and the corrective wave down. So let's use fib extension for the first time on the weekly chart. Now, as per the first bullish extension wave, we got very close to extension level of 61.8, but we did not touch it. Now, I'm also applying the second extension, bullish one, which will give me the magnetic levels. So yes, the magnetic resistance level is around 35.15 to 3560, and pound dollar did not reach there yet. Coming to daily chart. Now based on daily chart, yes, I can see some bearish divergence here based on the latest two highs, and we have MACD line divergence plus histogram divergence. So strong bearish divergence, and the BOS level is here. Now based on BOS level and the fib extension 100% level, this forms an interesting support zone. So we have identified the magnetic resistance zone higher than the current price, and we have also identified the magnetic support zone. So most likely pound dollar should find support at the current level. We are very close to the magnetic support zone, and I'm expecting short-term bullish bounce in the coming week. It might go back to the previous resistance, and it may complete head and shoulders pattern here and continue further downwards. Based on histogram, there is no bullish divergence, so the momentum in the bullish direction is intact. Now I'm moving to 4-hourly chart, and based on 4-hourly chart, yes, because right now we are in the magnetic support zone and it's visible on MACD. So the price is creating lower lows here, and we have got continuing type bullish divergence, which is not very strong, but it might give some required push, and then I'm expecting continuation downwards, breaking below 1.3039. But currently it's holding. It should hold around the current magnetic level. Now moving to the next, that's 1H. Now based on 1-hourly chart, the pattern is still bearish. So here, if you notice on 1-hourly frame, we have got sequence of lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, and lower highs in conjunction with lows, lower low, lower low, lower low, and lower low. And the bullish divergence is not yet completed. We have divergence, sorry. So the bullish divergence is completed on 1-hourly frame, but the BOS is not yet done. So until I see buyers breaking above the BOS level, I think we might get one more push lower. It may get slightly lower than this magnetic support zone, which could be a false break, and then it may quickly bounce back. So do not sell at the current price. The plan is bearish in the short term, but I'm not interested in selling at the current price. The price is discounted and it does not make any sense. Now based on 15 minutes, the pattern is still bearish because we are getting lower highs. It's going to form hidden bearish, which means the 15-minute chart will continue in the bearish direction. So in short, I'm looking at the short-term bounce here. So going back to the 4-hourly chart, so what I'm expecting here, maybe we get one more low, it breaks below the magnetic support zone, and then it should be a false break and we might get a quick turnaround. Now in the longer run, again the plan is bullish, but in the short run, short to medium run, I'm looking for bearish plan only. So here we might get this correction and continuation to the downside, which will bring it back to the rising trend line. Now let's apply Fibonacci based on the bearish pattern. again, it's going to be imaginary because I do not see point B to be completed yet. So I'm expecting pullback towards this level. So when it completes point B, a pullback towards 32.50 will give us an opportunity to sell in the short run. Pound dollar clarified. Now moving to the next instrument, that's NASDAQ. Now here I'm going to the daily chart. Now based on daily chart, I'm going to apply Fib extension in the bullish direction. And apart from this Fib extension in the bullish direction, I can see that the bullish momentum is trading out based on histogram. So we have got higher high formation with bearish divergence on histogram, but as far as MACD lines are concerned, they are making higher high pattern. So we might get short-term pullback, but any pullback should be taken as an opportunity to buy. Now I'm going to apply a rising trend line here, connecting the lows and the higher lows, and we also have the next rising trend line here. Now let's move down to 4-hourly chart. Now based on 4-hourly chart, the pattern looks bullish here, but it will face a major resistance around 20,400. We also got bearish divergence here, so which means the BOS is done. We might get back to the resistance area. The trend line is broken, the falling trend line is broken, so we might get back to the resistance area, and it may get pushed towards 19,621. If it does, then take it as an opportunity to buy because higher time frames are still bullish. So the crucial levels are 20,430 based on Fib extension and 19,621. So it might get range bound between 19,621 to 20,430. Now let's move on to 1-hourly chart. Now based on 1-hourly chart, yes, it's making higher lows. So we've got bullish divergence here and the 1-hourly bottom completed the BOS. So buyers are back on 1-hourly frame, and we are getting higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows all around in conjunction with higher highs, and I do not see any bearish divergence. One more thing, we got the break above the falling trend line here. So when I'm connecting the highs and the lower highs, the buyers are back. So any opportunity in the short run should be taken as an opportunity to buy. So it might give some discount and go back to 19,671. It may not, but the next destination is 20,430. So any which ways, I'll be looking for buying side only, no short selling in NASDAQ. Going to the next instrument is New Zealand dollar versus US dollar. Now here I need to go back to the weekly chart. So what I've done here, I'll quickly explain. I've applied Fib extension on the weekly bullish ABC. This is the first Fib extension. Then I've applied the next Fib extension on the recent bullish cycle. And we got the magnetic resistance zone here. And this is around 0.6373. Now, if you move down to the lower time frame, that's daily chart. Now, if you notice on daily chart, New Zealand dollar versus US dollar, it reached exactly to the Fib resistance, the magnetic resistance, and got rejected. Now, it's back to the confluence of support area, and we also got bearish divergence here. So, which means on the lower time frame, New Zealand dollar, US dollar is under bearish divergence. Now, the sellers, they need to complete the break of structure here. And once we get the break of structure, then we can expect for the deeper pullback. Otherwise, in the short run, I'm expecting a bounce from the current area. It's very similar to GBPUSD. So in the short run, I'm expecting a bullish bounce in pound dollar as well. Now we are at crucial support area. Now keep in mind that in the coming week we have interest rate announcement from the Reserve Bank of New Zealand, and we are expecting a rate cut which is bearish for the currency. Now it means most of the retail traders, they'll engage in selling immediately after the announcement, but because we are at a crucial support level, we might get a push towards the resistance of 0.6283, and then it may continue lower. So trade cautiously because we have a major announcement from the Reserve Bank of New Zealand. Now going to 4-hourly chart, yes, similar pattern to pound dollar. Now New Zealand dollar is at support area, and I can see loss of bearish momentum on MACD histogram, but only MACD histogram. It's not a strong type of divergence, but MACD lines, they're still giving you a bearish idea. So expect some pullback and sell on the rise. Now moving to 1H. Now even on 1-hourly chart, if you notice, there is a probability of bullish divergence being completed. Still a probability, it's not yet done, so we cannot count on that. So it might give a false breakout below the support area and then quickly bounce up after the rate cut announcement. Go back, it can go back to the resistance, and then it will be an opportunity to sell. Moving to 15 minutes, the pattern is still bearish and it's hidden bearish. So hidden bearish means the sellers will continue in the market because we've got a sharp drop, small bounce, and it's making hidden bearish pattern. So a breakout and then a quick reversal for the correction and then continuation to the downside. Now as dollar index is getting bullish, so it makes sense to look for the dollar based currency pair. So USDCHF, my plan is bullish here, so I'm going to clean up the chart. I'll start on the monthly time frame this time. Now why monthly? Because I want to explain the long-term pattern here. Now based on monthly frame, we got bullish divergence on MACD histogram between the last two lows. Now based on monthly bullish divergence, the BUS level is far off, which is not easily done, but I'm going to apply fib retracement starting from the lowest point, because this is the low which is right now protected by the buyers, and this is the highest point. So I'm going to apply fib retracement here starting from the lowest point and taking it to the highest point. Now I'm going to zoom in. Now if you notice, we've got bounce from fib retracement 80%. So this is support zone. And now I'm moving to weekly chart. So based on monthly chart, we got very close to the support area. In fact, we reached to the support area and it got rejected. Now at least it can move back to the golden line, that is fib retracement 61.8. so this is the expectation in the short run. Now I'm going to daily chart. Now based on daily chart, if you see, we've got bullish behavior, so equal lows or slightly lower low, and now we are getting higher highs, and histogram is ultra bullish. No signs against the bullish momentum. So if buyers continue in the market, then I'm expecting it to reach to the golden line, that's around 0.8800. Now let's validate it on the lower time frames as well. I'm going to add a falling trend line here. This is one option. The alternative falling trend line would be here. So this is going, the first one, the lower one is, let me change the color. Okay, so the blue falling trend line is the first target. If it gets breached, then the golden line, that's the fib resistance area, Fibonacci area, retracement area, and further to the purple falling trend line. Now going to 4H. Now we got the range breakout here, so it was consolidating for quite some time, But now the buyers are back and we got the breakout. Now after breakout, we always wait for the retracement and then we join the trend. Now I'm moving to 1H because I need to apply fib extension here. So I'll start from the lowest and I'm going to apply on the first cycle here. So it got to fib extension 200. Now do we have any signs against? No, there is no bearish pattern, there is no bearish divergence here. Higher highs on histogram, higher highs on MACD line, and this is our rising trend line. So any pullback towards the rising trend line should be taken as an opportunity to get into a buy direction. So USDCHF looking bullish. Now I'm going to add the second fib extension. Now on adding second fib extension, we'll get some magnet zones. So the next magnet zone is coming between 86.37 to 86.50, followed by 86.76 to 86.81, but the stronger one is around 87.30. And the exact overlap is happening around the falling trend line, the blue falling trend line. That's around 87.57. So 87.50 is the target for USDJPY. Any opportunity, any discount should be grabbed to buy. And let's apply the rising trend line as well. The next instrument I'm going to talk about is gold. Now I'm going to clean up my chart. Back to daily, or we can go back to weekly as well. See, on the weekly chart, the pattern is still bullish, rising MACD lines, rising histogram. So bearish divergence is not visible on the weekly chart, so it remains ultra bullish. If you want, I can add fib extension here on the weekly frame. And until it holds above 2586 on the weekly basis, no damage to the bullish pattern. Moving to daily now. Okay, now on the basis of daily frame, if we look at the price pattern, we are getting the sequence of higher lows, higher lows, higher lows all around. Even here, higher lows. So until now, it has not printed a lower low pattern, and there is no divergence between the last highs as well. Yes, I'm looking at high, higher high and higher high. So we have got higher high on MACD lines and higher high on histogram. So no bearish pattern, no bearish divergence on daily as well. Now I need to apply next fib extension on the daily chart to get the magnet zones. It's applied. I just need to change the color here. So we are very close to the next target, that's 2737. Currently it's holding above 2640. So 2640 is the level to look for. Moving down to 4-hourly chart. Now based on 4-hourly chart, if you see, the sellers are unable to break 2640. And currently the chart is sideways and it's clearly holding above 2640. So until it remains above 2640, I'm not planning any sell trade in gold. In fact, any discount should be taken as an opportunity to buy. So my expectation is bullish. I'm holding it for the next level, that's 2720 to 2730. And after this rally, bullish rally, it got sideways here, we got the breakout, next rally, and again it's consolidating. It could be a triangular consolidation or it could be sideways consolidation, but I believe it may remain range bound for a while, and once we get a breakout in the bullish direction, it should be quickly grabbed. and go for the next level, that's 2720 to 2730. So gold remains bullish, no dent in the bullish pattern. Moving to 1 hourly frame, yes, on the 1 hourly chart we got some bearish divergence here. On histogram and MACD lines we got the breakout structure and we got some short-term pullback, but there was no follow-up. Now the buyers, they have quickly taken the price higher than 2640 and they have tested 2640 twice. Now everything depends on 2640. If 2640 remains intact, no damage to the bullish plan, and I'll be looking for the next level. If you want to know the levels in between current price and 2720, then in that case I need to apply Fib extension on the lower frame, that's 1 hourly chart. So I'm going to apply from this low Okay, so 2685 is the level in between, and once it breaks 2685, then the next confluence is around 2730 to 2737. So we need a break above 2685 to continue rally towards 2730, and the invalidation would be of this bullish pattern would be a break below 2640. If it breaks 2640, then we'll look for 2611 followed by 2586, which I don't think so that it's going to happen because the trend remains ultra bullish. And finally, I'm going to cover crude oil. Now I'll start from monthly here. As per my previous analysis on crude oil, I had a bearish view, but now I think based on the geopolitical conditions, the fundamental factors are getting in favor of bulls, and even the technical chart pattern is getting reversed here. Now I'm going to apply Fib retracement on this massive bullish rally. Based on the rally and applying Fib retracement, I've found that current level is exactly 50% retracement level. So this is the level I'm talking about. And going back to weekly now. Now based on weekly, I see that the sellers momentum is being dropped, and there is a probability that we get bullish divergence here, which is not yet done but seems possible on the wider frame. On the narrow frame, it's still making low and lower low, low and lower low. So this is the reason I had a bearish view previously, but now it seems that we are at a crucial Fib resistance level, Fibonacci resistance level, Fib retracement level, that's FR50, and the market is giving bullish reaction, plus the geopolitical conditions. Now I'm gonna zoom in here. The next important level is 78.30. Now based on daily, we are still on weekly. Based on weekly, it's still making high, and lower high. So I'm going to plot a falling trend line here. So first level to look for is 78.30, and if buyers they want to continue in the market, then they are going to break the falling trend line and they will take the price higher than 78.30. Now moving to 4 hourly frame. Now on the basis of 4 hourly frame, we got ABC Fib extension application here. So I'm going to apply. I'll pick from the lowest point. And yes, so the next magnet zone is coming at 78.05. And the major support levels based on Fib are 73.79 and 71.15. And the bullish momentum is intact, higher high, MACD lines are getting higher, only histogram end-to-end divergence building up, which is not strong. Now going to 1 hourly chart, it got bullish divergence here. We got the breakout structure and we got the bullish pattern after that. Higher lows, and higher lows. Yes, currently it's going sideways, making higher highs, so we might get some correction here. So the important levels are 71.15, look for buying, and the next target could be 78 or 78.30. Moving to 15 minutes, we might get some short-term correction because we have bearish divergence on the top here, and we got a sharp drop. If it breaks below 73.79, it might go back to 71.15. Take it as an opportunity to buy and look for 78.30. So this is the plan for upcoming week. I hope my trading plan adds some value to yours, and if you have got some value and if you got the trading idea, please show your support and give a thumbs up. Have a nice and profitable trading week ahead. Bye bye.